When you order a SpeedPack, you have the bag itself and also a box of connector parts and of course the instructions. If you've ordered the SpeedPack as a full kit, so this is integrated with the arch, then you'll receive 3 more items as well. There will be the axle of your choice, the dropouts for the arch, and then the arch of your choice. So in the compostable bag, you have the SpeedPack itself. There's a plastic spacer on here, and make sure you do not touch this at the moment. Inside the box, you will find your instructions, and each of the parts is labeled with a letter. This will help with the assembly later on. To assemble your SpeedPack, you only need a couple of tools. The most important one is a Torx T25 and a torque wrench. The torque wrench is really, really important as we require specific torque settings for each of the screws for safe use. The first stage of assembly is to attach the dropouts to your arch. So in order to work out how the dropouts go on, find the logo on the top of your arch, and you want the logo to be red if you were stood behind the bike. That way you know which way is facing forwards. Take your dropouts out of the small box and take out the 4 T25 screws that are pre-thread locked. It also comes with a security set of screws. You can use these to prevent anybody from actually undoing the fast release dropouts if you're on a ride. To work out which side your dropouts go, there is a chamfered side and a flat side. The flat side is going to be on and touching the arch. And then the jaw needs to open towards the front of the bike. So once you've worked out which is the front part of the arch, you're going to put the corresponding dropout next to it and then actually attach. So take your torque wrench, set it to 5 Newton meters and tighten. The next stage is to locate the 3 parts of the rear arch mount. These are labeled E in the instruction books. The 2 smaller parts will push onto the top attachment points on your arch. The one thing to be sure of is there's an angled side and a flat side. The flat side needs to be on the inside. So push them on, they'll end up just being like that. Slot the corresponding plate on top of these 2 mounting points. There's a recess in the bar which matches to the top of each of the mounting points. And you'll also notice that there are holes in the top and they will correspond to the threaded holes in the mounts. And find the M5 by 12 millimeter screws. You just need 2 for the time being. And just go in. Take your torque wrench, set it to 5 Newton meters again, and tighten. So that is your rear arch mount all ready to go. The next stage is connecting the front connector plate to the bottom of the SpeedPack. So the front connector plate is this large part here. To connect, you'll need 4 screws. These are the M5 by 12, so the same as on the rear connector here. Locate the mounting points on the front of the SpeedPack. The spacer on the back here keeps the frame inside aligned properly, but sometimes they might not necessarily line up perfectly. If that's the case, as in with this one, what you need to do is get a smaller tool and find the threaded hole in the frame inside and just move it over so it corresponds to the hole in the bag skin itself. Once you've got that set up, place the front connector plate on top of the SpeedPack. Find your bolts and attach. It's important that you've tightened all of the screws to 5 Newton meters. Once you've attached the front connector plate, we can move to the back of the SpeedPack and remove the plastic spacer. Don't lose the screws, just put them to one side because you will need them again. Next, you need to attach your arch. There are 2 positions you can attach the arch to at the rear of the SpeedPack. We recommend you use the rearmost setup to start off with, as this is compatible with most setups and size of pannier bags. The reason why you might opt for the frontmost connection point is if you're running a water bottle or storage on the bottom of the SpeedPack, or you're running small pannier bags like 5 litre or 10 litres and want to keep your weight as centralized as possible. Next stage, take your arch and orient it in the correct manner. So for this, we want to make sure that the jaws are facing down towards the front of the SpeedPack, and then place it down over the mounting points that you are wanting to choose. Find the remaining 2 M5x12 screws. These are the screws that you'll use to attach the arch to the SpeedPack. Once again, tighten to 5 Nm. Now take the 4 sets of screws and washers that you took out with the plastic spacer, and you're going to put these back in to the remaining holes. If at any point you do change the position of the arch, so either move it forward or back, that it is really important that you apply additional thread locker when you're retightening the arch back onto the SpeedPack. Next step is to work out exactly which length of the seat post connector front link you are going to require for your setup. You have a 30mm, a 60mm, and a 90mm. The easiest way to work out which one is going to be best for you is, first of all, to find your seat post connector and attach it to your bike. Very loosely attach the front link length you feel will be the best for you based on saddle height, or if you have a dropper post or full suspension. Use the larger M6 screw to loosely attach this in place. Install the axle on your bike as per instructions. We have a complete installation guide to help with this. Check in the description box below for the link. It's advisable to pack the SpeedPack to imitate your real-world riding. Connect the SpeedPack and bring the front link into position with the seat post connector. Slot in the female part of the connector fixing to hold things in place. Adjust the angle until you're happy with the position. Take into account saddle interference and dropper post movement. And for full suspension, also take into account the compression of the system and make sure the link is not touching the tire when the suspension is fully compressed. When you're happy, tighten the large M6 screw to hold the front link in place. Remove the SpeedPack and then tighten the large screw to 8 Nm. Afterwards, install the smaller button head safety screw. This should be tightened to 3 Nm. Make sure the top hat washers are pushed into the other end of the front link you are using. These can be found pre-installed to the 30mm length. Prise them off and push them onto your chosen length. Remove seat post connector from the bike and push onto the end of the front link. Insert the silver male and female seat post connector fixings and tighten this to 3 Nm. As an additional note, if you're using our adjustable light mount and the arch is set in the rearmost position, you might find it will interfere. If it does, you will need to split the light mount and reverse the position in order to put the light in the best position. Your SpeedPack is now ready to fit and ride. But if you still have any questions, please put them in the comments section below and visit our website for more information about our entire range, or if you require a bit more support.